Hey, welcome back. In this video, we are going to create a procedural staircase model. Let us create a geometry node. So just I will click on tab and we'll create a geometry node and just we'll go inside. And now what the thing is, we are going to create a spiral kind of a staircase here. So in order to create that kind of shape, first we need to take a helix curve. So just I will take an helix curve. Okay. So just we'll make some adjustment. Let's say we'll increase the height, for example. And now what the thing is, with this shape, we need to create a geometry. So for that, we can take another node called sweep. So I will take an sweep and just will connect this. Click on this. And see now we are getting an error because there is no input for the geometry. But here directly we can create a geometry by using surface shape here. So here we can go to this option called like ribbon. So now if you click on this, now you can see it has been created a geometry based on the curve. But the thing is the orientation is not proper. So what the thing is, this surface has to be faced towards the y direction. So in order to do that, we can go to this helix and we can come down. And here we can see there is an option called output attributes. And here we have to enable this option called orient. So now see whenever we enable this orient, we can see now this has been faced towards the y direction. And now what the thing is, we need to decrease this number of columns here. Say we don't need this many segments here. So in order to do that, we can select this sweep node, and here you can see there is an option like column. So we can decrease the column. So like we can put it to 1 so that it will just remove the edges. Okay. Now next what the thing is, we need to create a staircase. So what the thing is, we need to select the alternate faces here. See, for example, suppose if you go to this option here, let's say if I select this primitives and if I go to the selection tool, now you can see these are the primitives. But what we want is we need to select the alternate primitives so that we can create the stair here. Because manually selecting this alternate primitives will take some time. So in order to, instead of that, we can take one node so that it will select the alternate faces. So for that, we need to take a node called group by range. So here we can select, there is a node called like group by range. So we need to select and we have to click on this and just we need to select here. And see whenever we set this flag, now here you can see now the group type is primitive. So anyhow, we want to select the primitives here. And now you can see here we can select the range filter. So let's say if suppose if I put it to 1 of 2, and say now it has been selected the alternate faces here. So what the thing is, so if I select this range filter to 1 of 2, then what it will do is it will select the alternate faces here. And also we can give the name of this group. Let's say we'll name it as like steps. So it will be useful laterally when we want to extrude the faces. And now we will extrude the faces here. So in order to extrude, just we can take a poly extrude. So just I will connect here and I will select here. Now we will extrude this. So select this and just we can use this distance option. So in this way, let's say. Now we got the thickness, and also see now the backside it has been not created any faces. So in the extrude, just we can enable this option called output back so that it will create the face in the backside. Now we have extrude the faces. And now next what we want to do is we want to extrude only the faces which has been selected by using this group range here. So in order to do that, again, we need to take another poly extrude. So just I will take another poly extrude and connect this. And now what the thing is, in this, we need to select the group here. So see when I select this second poly extrude, and here there is an option called group. So here we have to select the group which we have created by using this group range node. So now what it will do is when we extrude, it will extrude only the faces which has been selected in this group node here. So now you can select this and see now you can increase the distance. So now it is extruding only the faces which has been selected by using this group node here. But what the thing is here, when we are extruding this, it is extruding towards the down direction too, because in this group range, it has been selected the both sides here. So now what the thing is, now I don't want to extrude these bottom faces here. So in order to do that, just we can take another group node in between these two extrude. So just I will take another group node, connect this. And now in this, so here it is defaultly selecting the base group here. So just we have to enable disable this, and we have to select the keep by normals. And now suppose if you enable this keep by normals, what it will do is we can specify the faces which is directing towards the particular axis. For example, see now if you enable this, and here you can see there is an option like direction. So now what the thing is, we need to select the faces only which is facing towards the y direction. You can see here this is a y axis. Now what we'll do is just we will select this 0, and just we'll select the 1 here. After that, still it's selecting all the faces. We need to decrease the spread angle here. So just we need to select this. Now see, now we are decreasing the spread angle. Now it is selecting only the faces which is directing towards the y-axis here. And also we can give the name for this. Like we can give the name like like top faces. Okay, we can give the name top faces. And now what the thing is, just group range I have to connect after this group here. So just I will disconnect this. So you can just shake the node so you can disconnect this. And now we need to connect after the group. Now still it has been selected the total faces. But what the thing is, just in this we need to select the base group as an top faces. So see now it has been selected only the top faces here. And now here, if you go to this extrude, so see now it is extruding only the top faces. So now what the thing is, we need to create the railings. So in order to create the railings, what the thing is, we'll take the help of this polygons which we have extruded here. So I will show that how to do that. So for that, we need to take a blast node. So now what is the use of this blast node is, so we can isolate the faces with the help of these groups here. Now what the thing is, now see when I connect this blast here, and if I enable, now say everything has been deleted. But what the thing is, I want to show only the faces which we have extruded using these groups here. So for that, what we can do is here we can select the group. So let's say I will select these steps here. Now see, it has been deleted only the steps. But here what we want is we want to isolate the steps and we want to delete the remaining objects. So here we can see there is an option called delete non-selected. That means see, now when we take a blast, actually it has been deleted the faces which we have selected from this group, but we want to inverse that. So that's why we have selected this delete non-selected groups here. So now we got this stage. So by using this polygons, like we can create a railings. So now we can create the railing by using this polygon. So first of all, we need to insert the loop for this polygons, which has been isolated here. So what the thing is, we can use only one face to insert the loop, and it will apply to remaining faces here. So for that, what we need to do is, so we need to take a node called for each connected pieces, because see all the polygons as connected as a single object. So that's why we need to select this option like for each connected pieces. So select this and we need to connect here. And just we need to connect to this blast. So what it will do is whatever the attribute we are going to apply to this will be applied to all the faces here. So I will show you that. So I will enable this display flag here. So what the thing is, now we want to insert the loop here. So whenever we insert the loop onto a single face, it will apply to all the faces. And now just we'll set the display flag for this thing, and just we'll go to the parameters. And here you can see there is an option like single pass. So if you want to see only the single face, we can use this option. It's not mandatory, but just if you want to isolate only this face for time being temporarily, just we can use this option. Like we can see, we can increase the number so that it will show only the next piece of this polygon here. So just I will put it to 1. And now we will add the subdivisions to this polygon. So for that, take a subdivide node. So just we need to connect here. And now see it has been inserted the subdivision. And now what the thing is, we want to create the railings at the corner of this polygon here. So what we'll do is first we will select this edge. So let's say we will select this edges. So here we can go to this edge option. And now we can select this edge. And now we need to use the bevel so that this edge will be divided equally into two parts, and we can spread it to the corner of this polygon here. So in order to do that, we need to select the faces. Just we will take an poly bevel. So select this, and we can use this distance option. See, now we can insert the edges at the corner of this polygon. So it's up to you wherever you want to create. So now what the concept is, we need to create the railings based on these points here. Let's say, see now, suppose if you go to this points option. So see now if you go to this points option, see now based on these points, we need to create the railing. And also see now, suppose if I select this thing, and if you disable this, see now it has been created the loops for each and every piece here. Okay, so what the thing is, we need to isolate these points, and in this place we need to create the lines, and based on that lines we can create the railings here. And also I will enable this point display. We can use this option. So see now it's showing the point display, and now we can see the number of these points. So as I said, like we will create the railings based on these two vertices here. So the vertices are like 8 and 11. So again, we need to isolate these points here as we have done for these faces. So we have what we have done is we have taken the blast and we have isolated the only selected faces. Now using another blast, we need to isolate the points here. So for that, I will take an blast node again. And now just we will connect this in between this polygon bevel, poly bevel. And now say everything has been deleted, but we have to select the group here. So just I will select this, and here we can select the group type to points because we need to select the points here. And now as we have seen here, so for example, now if you enable this, for time being, I will remove this. So see now we have used this option to display the polygon count. So here we can see the number like 11 and 8. So we need to specify these numbers in this blast so that it will isolate only the selected numbers. So now I will connect this here. So select this. And now here we have to type 8 space 11. So now see the 2 points has been deleted. So actually what we want is delete non-selected. So now say we got these 2 points and the remaining all the points has been deleted. So based on this, we will create the lines. And also you can see after setting flag this, setting display flag, now you can see just you can disable. Now all the points has been isolated for each and every polygon here. So based on these points, we'll create the lines. So we will take a line. So just I will take a line node, and this is the line. And now what the thing is, we need to create the lines on these positions of these points here. So for that, we need to take a copy to points. So just we need to select this and we need to connect this, and the points are in this node. So just we need to connect here. And see now the lines has been created near to the positions of each and every single point. So just we need to decrease the length of this line here. So just we can use this. So it depends how much length you want. And I will just disable this option like points. So now you can see now it has been created the lines. And now again we need to create the polygons around this lines here. So for that we can take a sweep node again. So sweep node, connect this, and now we got an error. So just here we can select this. Now instead of ribbon, we will create the round tubes here. So see now we got the round tubes, and just we need to decrease the radius in this way. And also we need to close this caps here. So here down, if you come in this sweep node here, you can see there is an option like end type cap. So we can select it to single polygon so that we can close this caps here. Now what we need to do is we need to merge with this staircase. So here this is up to the staircase here. And now what the thing is, everything has to be merged. So let's I will select this and just I will push it side. And now we need to take a merge node. So just I will take a merge node, merge. And now we need to connect this sweep to merge and just connect this to here. And now we have to set the display flag for this merge here. Now we got the railings. And if you want to increase and decrease the height, you can go anytime. So you can go to this like line option here. So just we can increase and decrease the length. Now we will add the rods on the top here. So just like an one continuous railing over this top of these cylinders. And now what the thing is, so see if you go to this point here, now we need to create the railing exactly on the top of these cylinders here, which were created. So what the thing is, see now if you enable this point and also if you see this number, so see now what we need to do is we need to isolate this point here so that we can create the railing. So in order to do that, just simple. So we know that this point number is like 1. So first we need to create a group here. So just I will select a group node and connect in between, and just like we will select the group type to points, and we will select this group name as like top point or something. And now we want to group this point here. So this point number is like 1. So in the base group we need to select the 1, so that now it will be selected here. And now again we need to isolate this point here. So for that what we need to do is here we have to take another blast node. So blast, and just we can connect here, we can enable this, and in this blast we need to select the group type to points, and here we have to select the top point. And now say it has been deleted actually. So what we need to do is just delete the non-selected. Now say it has been selected the top faces, like top points. Now what the thing is, we need to create a connection in between these points here. So for that what we need to do is we need to take an add node here, and just we will connect to this here. So why we have created this add node, because we want to create a curve like in this way, like a spiral kind of shape here. And just now we need to go to this polygons, and here we have to select this by group. And but what the thing is, now we have created the curve, but it's connecting in the wrong direction. We want the connection only in this way here. So now in order to do that, we need to create an attribute here. So based on the attribute, we can connect these lines properly. So what the thing is, say if you come here, like if you come this thing. So based on these points, the curve has to connect in this way. So I will show you that. So what we need to do is we need to create a node called like attribute. So just we'll push it little bit top. And now we'll add an attribute create. So we need to add an attribute create. So click on this and just we'll connect here. So we'll give some name for this attribute. Let's say it's up to you. We can give any name, and here we can give the name like ID or something, ID. And here we have to select the group type to points. And as you see, we are creating the curve based on these points here. So first we'll select this like 0 and 1. So just we'll select this as a 0 group. And here we have to type the value to 0. So just like we have given the name to 0 and 0. And next we will create another attribute with group 1. And here the value we have to put it to 1. So just in order to make a duplicate, you can select this Control C, Control V, so that it will copy. And just I will connect here. And in this attribute, just we'll give the group name to 1, and here we have to give the group name to 1. So what the thing is, as we are creating the two separate curves, so we'll create one curve based on this side here, like this group, and we'll create another curve based on this point here. So that's why we have created the two attributes, so that we will copy these attributes near to this here, this node, so that this curve will create properly only this side of the group here. And also see now if you come here, you can see 5 middle mouse button click, and here you can see there is an option like two attributes like ID, which we have created. And simple, just we need to go to this add here, and now here we have to select this by attribute, and now we need to type the name of the attribute which we have done. So now see Now it has been created the curve based on the points which we have created the attribute ID here. Means it's nothing but it's a kind of like position. So just we are copying the positions of these attributes and just we are pasting into this line so that the lines will be created properly. And now we'll check this. So just we can take an match node and just we can connect this and we can connect this here. So just we'll select this. So see, now it has been created properly here. Now what the thing is, we need to add a polygon to this. So just we can add a poly wire to this match here. So we can select here and just enable this. And now we need to decrease the radius here, 0.017. Yep. And just I will disable this UV. And we have some settings like divisions, so we can make it little bit round. Just I will make it more round, so I can put up to like 10. And if you zoom in, so you see now it is been not connected here. So just simple, we need to take another node called fuse. Select this, just connect here. And now see it has been connected properly. And now we need to connect this to here. So just like we can cut this wire. So see now in order to cut this wire, we can use Y shortcut, Y left click and drag so that we can cut this wire. And just we have to take another mesh. So we can connect this and this one. Now we got the stairs and the railing here. And now we'll create the center rod for this. So in order to do that, just we can take another line. So we'll come top here. So let's say we'll take a line node, select. And now what the thing is, so literally suppose in case if you want to change the height of this helix here, for example, suppose if you want to increase the height of this thing, and according to that, we need to increase the height of the center rod too, because every time changing the helix height and changing the line each every time it's a time waste. So what the thing is, whenever we change the height of this helix, so at the same time it has to apply to this line too. So in order to do that, we need to take another node called match size here. So just I will connect this here to this thing. And now here you can see there is an option like geometry whose bounding box is to be matched. We have to connect this to the helix here. So means we have to connect this to the helix and we need to connect these two lines. That means what it is saying, like what the thing is, whenever we change the height of this helix, so this line height also has to be changed here. And now say the height of this stairs are bigger than the line. So what the thing is, this line height has to match to this railings here. So we need to go to the settings, and here there is an option called scale to fit. So now say whenever make some changes in the helix. See if you select this like helix and if you change the height, so see automatically it is changing the size of this line to here. So now we need to add in cylinder to this. So for that we need to take in another sweep node here. So select the sweep node and just connect this. And in this we need to select this to like round tube or something. Just we can increase the radius. And now what the thing is, now I want to set the railings too, because whenever we set the display flag to this one here, so we can able to see only that point. Means like say whenever I connect this here as a display flag, we are not able to see the rod here. But what we can do is, now I want to see these stairs and also I want to see the rod here. For time being, what we can do is, for this mesh we can enable this option called like template. So even though if you enable this template, and now if you set this display flag to this sweep here, now still we can able to see the stair here. So now according to this we can match this and just we can increase the radius little bit more in this way, and we can enable this single poly line, and we can increase the number of columns so that it will make smoother in this way. And now we'll connect this sweep to the merge here. So we can drag this down and just we can connect to this merge here and we can set this final one. And just we can disable this template option here. And we'll disable the points. So now say we have created the stairs. And now this is how we will create the procedural staircase here. So that's it for this video. See you in the next lesson.